Good afternoon and a warm welcome to the Estadio del Arcángel. It's Córdoba against Sporting coming up in La Liga 1-2-3. Important game for the home team in particular in this Segunda División battle. They are desperately trying to stay in the division, and at the moment they are in a lot of trouble. Córdoba 10 points adrift of safety, down in 21st place out of 22, and when you remember that Reus have been eliminated from the competition, that makes Córdoba rock bottom out of the competing teams. So they are in desperate need of points today. For Sporting, they are right in the middle of the table, 12th position, 10 wins, 9 draws, 10 defeats so far for the Asturian team, who will be looking to climb up the table. Still very much in the race for the playoffs. They're only 9 points adrift, with a game in hand of Cádiz, who are currently in 6th place. So a win today, maybe 6 points away from that top 6, still with 12 games to play. Here is the Córdoba 11. There are plenty of changes, 4 of them from the side that lost 3-0 last week at Extremadura. Coming back in to defend, Miguel Flaño, Luis Muñoz in midfield, José Manuel Fernández and Blati Touré. The referee today is Ruben Avalos, and this is the Sporting side, which is unchanged. Manager José Alberto López making no changes from the team that beat Almería 1-0 last week, with a goal from Alex Alegria, who has got 3 in the last 3 games. And Sporting looking to make it 3 wins in a row today as well. They, as well as beating Almería last week, they won at Numancia 2-1 in their last away game, when Alegria was joined on the score sheet by Christian Salvador, who doesn't make the starting lineup today. So Sporting mid-table, but with ambitions to progress higher, will be looking to get the 3 points, as Córdoba desperately need them to try and make up some of that ground on the teams in safety at the moment. Sporting with the red and white shirts will get us underway. It's a bright and hot day in Córdoba. There's the visiting coach, José Alberto López, appointed at Sporting in November, and he's done a decent job in keeping them at least in contention for promotion. They've got a bit of ground to make up, but they're in the mix, and 3 points today would certainly be very welcome for Sporting to strengthen their case for promotion. There's a loose early clearance from Alex Perez in the back, and Córdoba really need a response as well after last week's loss at Extremadura, as the long throw from Alex Menendez goes too long. There's José Alberto López once more, the Sporting Gijón coach, and behind him there the home team manager Rafa Navarro, only his 3rd game since being appointed to replace Curro Torres. Córdoba with the possession in midfield. It's with Miguel de las Cuevas, the leading scorer for the team. He's got 8 goals so far this season. Was intercepted well by Luis Muñoz. And we see there De las Cuevas with 8 goals, has nearly a quarter of the team's total, as does Uroš Đurđević, the centre forward, the Serbian centre forward for Sporting, 7 so far this season. Mathieu Pébernes, the French central defender on loan from Lorient. He again with the long ball forward. Bit of space here for Blati Touré. Work wide for Jaime Romero. Cross charge down by André Geraldes, Portuguese right back. And Menendez is winding up the long throw for Córdoba. We'll be looking probably for the head of José Ángel Carrillo. That's him, the number 20, unable to make the most of that. Runs through harmlessly enough to Diego Marinho. Powerful header won by Chus Herrero, but he's adjudged to have fouled in the process. Herrero, the only member of the central defence for Córdoba who started last week at Extremadura. Alongside him, he's got Luis Muñoz and Miguel Flanio coming back into the team. Córdoba coach there, Rafa Navarro, is without a midfielder today. Jan Bodega was sent off last week at Extremadura. Angled delivery is going to drop too long. Beyond the run of Alex Alegria, in-form striker on loan from Real Betis. Well, Sporting will be eager for a good result today for another reason, is that they have a local derby next week against Real Oviedo, so they want to head into that one on a high, knowing that Oviedo have already won today. They were 2-0 victors over Nastic earlier. As Alegria goes down and stays down. Hurt his neck. Don't know whether that was a collision or if he landed on it badly. We'll see here. Well, he just seemed to get caught by the arm of Menendez there, the right arm of the left back for Córdoba. Catching Alex Alegria. Not too much happiness for him in that challenge. A fairly low-key start to this game in the Estadio del Arcángel, which has plenty of empty seats today, unfortunately, as a reflection of the form that Córdoba have shown. One win in their last 10 games. They've lost 6 of the last 8. Here's Jan Bodega, the suspended midfielder, watching on. The long ball is played up and allowed to bounce, and Carlos Abad taking a risk there, and well, he needs a good performance, because that game at Extremadura last week, when they lost 3-0, the first 2 goals came as a result of absolute shockers from him. First was a header, routine header that looped up high and he just dropped it into his own net, and then the second for Extremadura last weekend came after a poor clearance by Abad that ended up with Extremadura returning the ball and scoring. So there has been a bit of a debate this week around Córdoba whether he would keep his place in the team. And Rafa Navarro, the coach, in his pre-match press conference saying, of course I'm going to keep him in. Have every confidence in him, but that wasn't a confident start. Here's Miguel Flanio bringing it forward, and now Luis Muñoz. Blati Touré does well in midfield and tries to slide the pass in to the run of Fernandez. Ball won in midfield again by Córdoba, who've made the brighter of the starts of the 2 teams. Geraldes into Isaac Koffier, Ghanaian midfielder. His ball forward can't be retained by Carlos Carmona. Long throw from Menendez towards Carrillo. Battling to hold on to possession, he does well. And then the turn from Romero. Helped on by De Las Cuevas to Fernandez. And now Muñoz. And here's Andrés Martín, he likes to shoot, and he gets one away that was heading in. And Diego Marinho had to get down to save it. But Andrés Martín, that is something. Sporting need to be aware of. He's left-footed, likes to shoot from distance, cuts inside from his starting position on the right, and he will shoot in that position. He's a talented young player, only 19 years of age. Got 4 goals this season already. They can't give him that kind of space, Sporting. There's Flanyo to Herrero. When we saw the team sheet today, there was a thought that Córdoba would play with 5 at the back, but Luis Munoz, the number 24 in the centre circle we see there, rather than playing as a central defender today, is in a defensive midfield position. Now here's Sporting with Koffier, given away cheaply. There's Munoz, wide to Menendez, back to Touré. Nice turn from the Burkina Faso international. Finds Romero. Romero trying to get round the fullback, André Geraldes, the Portuguese. And it's deflected out for a corner. First of the game, and it's been a good start from Córdoba here. Looking bright and purposeful as the corner comes in. Poor delivery, cleared at the near post. Menendez can't win it back. Nacho Mendes can't clear though. And here's Romero. Now he can get a cross in, and it's a good one. Out to the edge of the penalty area where the strike comes in from Luis Munoz. Didn't get hold of it properly and it goes well wide, but Córdoba have started well here. Looking to shake off the negativity brought upon by last week's 3-0 loss at Extremadura, fellow relegation candidates. And they're doing a good job of that so far. Sporting not really got going yet at all. Head from Alex Perez, and then a further clearance from Molinero. Giving chase is Chuserero, and Fernandez, who gets the ball stuck under his feet a little and concedes the throw. Alegria leading the line for Sporting today, along with Uros Djurjevic. That's held up well by Carrillo. Here's Martin. Possession swapping hands on that touchline. And eventually Touré comes away with it. He's made a good start to the game. And here's Miguel Flanyo. Wide to Romero, who felt he was fouled, and the referee agrees. Ruben Avalos gives the free kick. Plati Touré gives it to Chuserero. Past the 10-minute mark, no chances yet for either side, but it's certainly Córdoba who've made the best start. That ball is far too long from Herrero. I say no chances yet. There was the shot on goal from distance by Andrés Martin that Marinho there got down to save. It was a half chance at best, really, speculative effort, but it is the only shot on goal we've had. Too much height on the kick from Marinho. Throw in for the home team. Córdoba fans still flying the flag despite their team's struggles. Carrillo lets that go, out for a throw-in. Work back comfortably to Abad. Chested down nicely by Carrillo. And here's De Las Cuevas spreading it wide for Romero. Space for him, sends in the cross, it comes back to him. Couldn't quite control it cleanly. Would have been an opportunity if he had. Good challenge from Flanio, brought down nicely by Romero this time, and he goes down. Another free kick. He's doing well at the moment, Jaime Romero on that left wing, giving André Geraldez a tough time. There's actually, Nacho Mendes, the central midfielder, coming across to try and close down the run on that occasion. But Romero has been bright, and the two free kicks that have been given his team's way have both been for fouls on him, and he will take this free kick now. Jaime Romero, near post, headed away. And up for a throw-in now, which is taken by Menendez. Romero trying to feed it inside to Touré, who commits the offence. A foul on Djurdjevic. Good interception by the striker, coming back to help out defensively. Well, Córdoba won't feel that all is lost yet. They were in a similar position this time last year, bottom of the table for a long time. And they had a remarkable end to the season. This one's hooked away, out for a throw-in. From the end of February onwards, they won 10 games out of the last 15, remarkably, and ended up finishing in 16th place. They won their last 4 in a row, and the last of those was against Sporting on the final day of the season. So Sporting have not so fond memories of coming here. Romero looking to turn, and he's brought down by the struggling Geraldez, who's up against it today, with Romero looking very sharp. Many more of those, he'll be getting a yellow card, I'm sure. Herrero. Turn from Munoz. The ball to Fernandez, helped on to Martin. Goal kick is the decision in the end. Referee Ruben Avalos didn't see an offence here. Mathieu P. Burns with the defending. Header one in midfield by De Las Cuevas, and now it's Martin. Flicks a little pass on to Carrillo, and taken on by De Las Cuevas, looking to turn. Cleared away as far as Munoz, who controls on his chest. And Córdoba look to build again. There's only one team in it at the moment. Sporting with a very slow start. We'll see the possession stats reflecting that. 74% of the ball has been with the home side so far. There's a loose clearance that Martin is going to pick up. Finds De Las Cuevas. Now Fernandez. He goes crossfield looking for Romero, who's been the danger man so far. Lovely control by Jaime Romero. Oh, there's a loose pass though, and no foul as Sporting look to launch a counter-attack now. Alegria fouled and asking for a yellow card for the man who made the challenge, which was Jus Herrero, and it was a rather hefty challenge. Kick on the back of the leg there. You can see why Allegri is asking for it. Djurdjevic chasing down now, but too aggressively. Free kick conceded. There's the free kick. Djurdjevic pulling down his man, Luis Munoz. Rafa Navarro, the Córdoba coach, a former player with the club and assistant manager as well before moving up to his current role. And there's a nice turn and a good run and a good pass, and Djurdjevic, oh, good save. Follow up now is blocked. Allegri are trying to turn home the rebound, but credit to Carlos Abad there. That's an excellent low save to keep out the shot from Djurdjevic. After a good run in field, it was Aitor Garcia who set it up, driving inside from the left. And credit to him as well for seeing the pass rather than when he made headway to the edge of the box, deciding to shoot. He had the composure. Now the corner, and that's taken by Carlos Abad. A throw out now. There's Touré turning. Ball down the line for Romero. And that's going to be a free kick, surely. Alex Perez making the challenge. Didn't make contact with the ball. And it's turn of the Córdoba players to ask for a yellow card. This was a chance though. Aitor doing really well. The pass was controlled by Djurdjevic. Excellent save. And then a good block on the follow-up by Chusarero, because that might have been going in from Alegria. Now at the other end then, free kick won by Romero, which he'll take himself. Travels a long way across goal, and this could be awkward still. Lands on the roof of the net. Corner. Pushing and shoving inside the penalty area, and that one went a long way through. Now another delivery. It comes out to the edge of the box. Martin can't control. There could be a counter-attack on here. Play allowed to continue. A break is on for Sporting. They've got 5 coming forward in this attack, but Aitor showed too much of the ball to the defender Fernandez. Attack continues still. And now the cross comes in, and it's gathered calmly by Carlos Abad. Djurdjevic limping after it. This was how Djurdjevic got hurt with the initial counter-attack. Referee doing well there to allow play to continue. 20 minutes played, goalless, but a bright game. Córdoba have had the most of it, but Sporting with a couple of attacking flurries in the last 2 or 3 minutes, starting to grow into the game a little now. This Touré sensed a challenge was coming, so just passes it back, and Menendez goes long, and this time Jaime Romero commits the offence. Well, a yellow card has been shown for an earlier challenge. Not sure if it's Luis Munoz. I assume it's him who's been penalised. Yellow card for the 22-year-old on loan from Malaga. Maybe that was for the foul on Djurdjevic in the build-up to the earlier counter-attack. I think it was for this one. That will be what it was for. So the referee with a long memory, because play had gone on for a good couple of minutes since then. Now it's Alex Perez who's penalised for the second time. He must be getting close to a card as well. Well done by Munoz. And wide for Menendez. He's got Romero outside him here. Menendez continues his run. And he'll send in the cross. It should be the goalkeepers and ears without any trouble for Diego Marinho. This was the earlier run by Aitor Garcia again, did really well. That's a good low save from Carlos Abad, who will feel a lot better about himself after that, having had a pretty traumatic week with his two horrific errors at Extremadura last week. The Córdoba goalkeeper, be pleased that he was able to make a telling contribution early on here today. But a vote of confidence from his manager, keeping his place in the team. A long ball down the left that Romero gives chase to, and he's done really well once more. And he's been tripped, and there is the yellow card. I said that Alex Perez would be getting close to one, and that's his third foul, adding up to create a yellow card. Jose Alberto Lopez looking on, rather disgruntled, the Sporting coach. His team have been second best so far. No hesitation from the referee, Ruben Avalos, to give the yellow card to Alex Perez. And now a set piece. Another one. There've been a fair few, most of them over on this left side, because they've been won by the man who's going to take the free kick, Jaime Romero. Brightest individual on display so far, without doubt. And a decent cross. Goalkeeper didn't get much on it there, Marinho, but enough. Here's Touré. Very good turn. The ball forward is going to be too heavy for Martin. He's done well as in the centre of midfield so far. Plati Touré, former youth team player with Rayo Vallecano. Been a regular in the Burkina Faso national team for the last couple of years. Alegria with the flick, but can't find a teammate. Martin hooks it clear. Mathieu Peyberns asking for the free kick. He's not going to get one. Throw in as a way of Córdoba. 25 minutes played at the Estadio Arcángel. And a fairly well balanced game. Córdoba on top, but Sporting have shown a little bit more incisiveness going forward on the fewer occasions that they have. Alex Perez goes long, far too long. Looking relaxed enough on the Córdoba bench, as Romero gives chase again, and he was given hope for a fraction of a second. But there was enough on the header from Geraldes. Solid header by Flanio. And he won the ball there as well. He pointed to the ball, the referee pointed to the ball. They're both in agreement. Aitor Garcia wins it back, and he was fouled. Djurdjevic is still grumbling away about the challenge a few seconds ago by Flanio. This one got the ball. Djurdjevic feels he got the man as well, but play went on. Now it's up towards Alegria and might fall to Djurdjevic. Flanio able to get it away. Aitor with a Rather unconventional attempt. The substitutes bench for Sporting includes Ivi Lopez, Andre Sousa, Christian Salvador among those who may be hoping to come on later. Well, now there's a chance for a break. A good challenge to recover the situation for Córdoba. Looked like Alegria was going to be in there for a minute. But a good recovery from Fernandez it was, coming over from right back, Jose Manuel Fernandez, the home team captain. Coffier, and now a long ball that will be won by Alegria. His cross is cleared for a corner, and what a chance that was. There were two men in the middle, and really it was a poor delivery from Alegria, who got so much space there. Well, there was no offside. Another man coming back, Djurdjevic, he was in an offside position, but that was just too easy. Long ball lofted into the channel, and Alegria ran onto it with all sorts of space. Should have made more of it. Corner taken by Carmona. One back by Aitor for Sporting, and back to the goalkeeper they go. And another long ball that Córdoba again were caught short on a little. Fortunately for them this time the flag is up. I wonder if that's a tactic we'll see a little bit more from Sporting when the Córdoba back line is pushed high. Balls over the top for them to run onto, because it is a pretty slow back line for Córdoba, especially the two central defenders. Miguel Flanio 34, Chuserero 35. Not the quickest. So if you get them turned, the Sporting forwards would hope they have a chance of outpacing them. Here's Carmona. Important intervention there from Menendez. Touré does well, good pass. De las Cuevas with space ahead of him. He's got Martin outside him to his right, and here he is now. Fernandez, good cross. Oh, the opening goal! And it's Carrillo. Córdoba have the lead. It was a really good cross from Fernandez on the overlap. And Jose Angel Carrillo gets his second goal for the club. And what a boost that could prove to be in the battle against relegation for Córdoba. He's got a special celebration as well. No idea what he's doing there, but the goal was a good one on the half-hour mark. And Sporting were just caught out at the back, and they never really recovered the numbers. Well, there was a suggestion of offside if we had VAR in this division. There's also a suggestion that it may have come off, the last touch off the defender, did it? There's no way we can see on that replay, but Alex Perez was very close. It might have taken a flick off him. It certainly flew past Diego Marinho, who had no chance whatsoever. Looking to get back on level terms straight away, Sporting. Djurdjevic is down again. He's really in the wars today. And now there's a free kick for a challenge on Isaac Coffier. Well, I don't know what the celebration was from Carrillo. He seemed to be putting a ring on his finger, but it was the right hand. If he's just about to get engaged, or just got engaged, he needs to learn which hand the wedding ring goes on. Maybe with something else entirely. Anyway, he will be back helping out his defence now. as Sporting line up a free kick. Carmona flicks it in, headed on and over the top. And the offside flag was up in any case. Not a bad delivery though, floated in by Carmona. And that was Djurdjevic's latest battering. He's been on the ground a fair bit today. Uros Djurdjevic. There's the free kick again from Carmona, and it was offside. Touré giving chase. Turned away by Geraldes. Headed on by Djurdjevic. Herrero and Fernandez. Córdoba with the lead into the final 15 minutes of the first half, and on the balance of play, a deserved lead. And now they've got another chance as Carrillo gets away down the left. And Perez has to be careful, he's on a yellow card as a cross is cut back. I think that's why he didn't throw himself into the challenge a bit more aggressively. Touré does really well again. And now here's Menendez, three in the middle for the cross. Martin, lovely control. Good challenge though by Nacho Mendez. But it's one back, and Martin is going to chase this one down. Can he get a crossover? Lays it back. Oh, and that's a poor delivery in the end. He's going to stay in though. It is. Romero can play the pass. And there's the cross coming in. It's only cleared as far as Martin, who couldn't control. And now Touré. His shot takes deflection and, well, he's offside. He's miles offside. De las Cuevas. Good finish, but he knew he was offside. It was like, oh, well, I'm just going to hit it anyway. Why not? Bit of practice. No one else is going to get it. It was De las Cuevas with the cross there. Poor clearance by Aitor. Martin couldn't control it. And then how far offside is he? I think he's about 9 yards offside. Lovely strike. First offside against Córdoba. But this Sporting defence today is looking rather ropey. Plenty of encouragement for Córdoba. Oh, there's a lovely change of feet though by Aitor. Pass comes inside to Alegria, who continues with the ball at his feet. Now getting support, he turns, cross is deflected and cleared away by Fernandez. Carrillo battling for it, too hard, free kick conceded. Well, these Córdoba fans can be encouraged by what they've seen so far. Look at that beautiful play by Aitor Garcia. It's the second time we've seen him embark upon a good run with the ball. Played long, headed away by Flanio. Down by Carrillo to De las Cuevas. Now Martin, De las Cuevas, Fernandez. Touré turns into trouble, turned the wrong way there. And Sporting now with Aitor Garcia. The cross is cleared well. Chus Herrero. Sporting have to settle for a throw this time. There's young Andres Martin, who maybe should have done more with the ball ricocheted his way in the penalty area a couple of minutes ago. A loose first touch from him. If he controlled it, it would have been a glorious opportunity. There's Molinero trying to combine with Aitor, but he ends up conceding the throw-in. Felt he was fouled. Referee doesn't. And getting a bit of a talking to at the end of it, Aitor Garcia. A player making his 7th appearance for the team today on loan from Cadiz. Well, the last touch certainly came off him, but he felt he was fouled before it. And Flanio completing a fair few more passes than his counterpart at the other end, Alex Perez. There's Aitor Garcia making another good run. Winning the corner this time. Fernandez sticking close to him at the expense of a corner. Sporting trying to get back on level terms before half-time. And Córdoba with the worst defensive record in the division by far, 54 goals conceded. The next highest is 44, Nastic. And they stay strong here. Carmona with the corner. Bounces down and it's the equaliser. They cannot stay strong. Mathieu Peyberns has stabbed it home. The loose ball dropped his way. And the French defender has his first goal for Sporting. It was a sharp finish from the centre-back after Córdoba were unable to clear the corner. Good delivery from Carmona into that danger area. And a couple of half clearances. Well, it was the header from Carrillo that went sideways, hit his teammate on the back, Chus Herrero, and then fell straight to Peyberns, who reacted quickly. That's a sharp finish from a defender. And so they couldn't hold on to the advantage until the break, Córdoba. And now here comes Carmona, dispossessed by Menendez that time. For the sake of their confidence, though, now Córdoba just need to stay on level terms till half-time. Another goal now would be crushing for their morale, having had a bad run of results in the last few weeks. Giving themselves a boost by taking the lead here. Just need to stay on level terms, or even better now. Jaime Romero. The cross is deflected and Perez is able to prevent the corner. Well, I said that was the first goal for Sporting by Peyberns. We'll come back to that in a minute. Here's Carrillo trying to make something happen on the edge of the penalty area, battling away. Sporting get it clear. Yeah, saying first goal for Sporting by Mathieu Peyberns. It was actually his first goal in senior football at all. First league goal ever. He scored a couple of times for his youth team club Sochaux in France, their B team, but he's never scored a senior goal until now. Now here's Martin. Fernandez. Stopped running. I think he assumed he was offside, but I'm not sure he was. That was a little bit strange. He obviously wanted the pass earlier from Andrés Martin. Rafa Navarro's team back on level terms then, much to his frustration. And 5 minutes to go in the first half. Peyberns cancelling out the opener from Carrillo. And that's going to be offside against Djurdjevic. Well, I wonder how much Jose Alberto Lopez's team talk might have changed by that equalising goal. Probably not that much, because despite the leveller, Sporting really haven't played very well. And here's Romero looking for the 1-2. And Geraldez does well to cut out this time. On loan from Sporting Lisbon, Geraldez, the right back for Sporting. He's gone from one Sporting to another. There's a long throw from Menendez. And the shot on the turn is not a bad one from Carrillo. Chested it down and then saw the opportunity. He was involved at the other end, the goal. His attempted clearance. I think they were asking for a handball. I initially said from the replay that the miscued clearance from Carrillo struck his teammate on the back. Maybe it hit someone on the arm, and the Cordoba players asking rather ambitiously for a handball against Sporting. I don't think that really could have been given at all. A free kick here conceded by Aitor, bringing down Fernandez. Here it is again. Well, if that's hit an arm, there's absolutely no way anyone can get out of the way of it. It came from about half a yard and was misdirected clearance. Nobody could have anticipated it. Poor free kick played in. They've got another chance now with Jaime Romero. Still got 5 in the middle. He's going to take on the shot, which deflected off his own man. Chus Herrero getting his foot on that. Didn't have any power to trouble Diego Marinho if it had gone through. But now there's a break on. They need to be dangerous. That lack of pace at the back being tested again by Sporting. Here's Nacho Mendez. Support now from Geraldes. Mendez once more. Commits the foul. And trying to retain possession. 90 seconds to play in the first half. Can't recall any stoppages, so we may not have any added time. De Las Cuevas getting back to win the ball back and then win the free kick for Córdoba on that occasion. Here's Romero. Inside for Touré. Menendez. Herrero goes long and rather wayward. And both teams will probably be content to get back into the dressing rooms with the scoreline at 1 apiece. Córdoba, having lost the lead, will want to avoid any further damage before the break, whereas Sporting, having got that late equaliser, we're glad to be back on level terms. As the offside flag goes up. A tight decision, that one. Was certainly ahead of the play by the time the ball arrived, but I'm not sure when it was played. It doesn't look like there's going to be any added time. The referee has a quick look, and on the dot of 45 minutes, he blows the whistle. So we head into the interval with the game tied at 1 apiece. Córdoba struck first. A header from Jose Angel Carrillo. But then, not too long before the break, Sporting back on level terms. Mathieu Peybernes with his first goal. Reacting sharply. And the loose ball drops his way from the corner. So an intriguing second half ahead of us. Can Córdoba rally and go ahead again, or will it be Sporting who push on stronger from here? We'll find out shortly. Rejoin us for the second half at the Estadio del Arcángel. At the break, it's Córdoba 1, Sporting 1. Welcome back to the Estadio Arcángel. There's a change at the break for Córdoba. Going off is Chus Herrero, central defender, and it's a straight swap because the man replacing him is Alex Quintanilla. So assume there was some injury there for Herrero, the veteran. But his place has been taken by Quintanilla, who did start last week in the game at Extremadura. Lost his place in the starting lineup today. But he has been a regular throughout the season. 26th appearance for him today. So one change in the heart of defence for Córdoba as the game restarts. One apiece. A game that really, a draw doesn't do much for either team, so we should see some attacking intent in this second half. Córdoba need victories to start climbing away from the relegation zone, or start to get close to climbing away from it. They're 10 points adrift of safety at the moment. And for Sporting, a draw really, well, that would just leave them right in the middle of the table. They need wins to get closer to the playoff position. So both teams should be trying to win this game. Hopefully that will give us a good second half. There's Martin into Touré, trying to send it down the line for Carrillo to chase, but the ball is blocked. There's Carmona. Ball into the run of Alex Alegria. No real chances for him to add to his 3 scoring games in a row. Touré with a good run, and the pass trying to find Jaime Romero, who's been a bright spark for Córdoba today down the left wing. There is Jaime, 28-year-old. Free kick goes the way of Sporting. Well, a draw today would give the visiting team perfect symmetry for the season. They've played 29 so far, won 10, lost 10, drawn 9. As this cross comes in, looking for Djurdjevic, who pushes over the defender. Free kick for the home side. It was the home captain, Jose Manuel Fernandez, who was barreled over. Not much doubt about that decision. A header from Pay Bounds, but it comes back, and now Carrillo lays it off to De Las Cuevas. He steps inside away from a challenge. He's got a couple of players out on the left. There's Menendez, and now Romero. Shows direct running. That's good play by Romero, and a good cross as well that Carrillo couldn't quite get a faint touch on. That was all he needed to turn it goalwards. He's claiming he was pushed. Rafa Navarro's team might have been back ahead there after this good run by Jaime Romero, and the cross. Carrillo throwing himself at it at the near post. Was there a foul? Difficult to tell from the replays whether there was an infringement, but attention switches to the other end now as Aitor goes racing away, but he showed too much of the ball to Fernandez, who makes the challenge. And Córdoba can try to bring it forward. Romero looking for Carrillo, no offside, but the ball was too weighty. Molinero onto Aitor, and now forward from Coffier, and that's a good pass for Djurdjevic now. Well guarded by the substitute Quintanilla, who does a good job in holding up the run of Djurdjevic. Back to Coffier, now Aitor. And Molinero into the penalty area. Helped down by Carmona, can't find Alex Alegria. And here's Romero, looking to have another run. as he's done successfully on many occasions today, and continues again. The cross blocked, but another bright piece of play down the left wing by Jaime Romero. It was his cross again here 2 or 3 minutes ago. That led to that half a penalty appeal, really, from Jose Angel Carrillo. Jaime Romero, without doubt, out of all the individuals on display, the best attacking player so far. Touré doing well, and he's got it back now. Touré challenged at the last, just as he was about to unload a shot or a cross. Blati Touré once again doing well, and once more it was Romero who was involved with him. Important challenge coming in from Nacho Mendes, but the corner goes the way of Córdoba. Played to the near post, flicked on high, headed away by Perez. Sporting have everyone back, so it's easy for Carlos Abad to retrieve. His kick is chested down well by Romero. He gets it back now from Menendez. Carrillo bending his run. Offside surely, isn't it? Yeah. The ball just came a little bit too late. He made the run and was looking for exactly that pass, but it just came a fraction of a second too late. Substitutes warming up for the visiting team. Córdoba having made one at the break, remember, with Quintanilla coming on into the centre of defence. A long throw will come in now from Molinero. It's headed away out to the edge of the box, where Aitor takes on the snapshot. Well over the top. Worth a try, but not particularly close. It's Alegria, and now forward from Mendes for Djurdjevic to chase. Quintanilla trying to hold him off. Djurdjevic still. Oh, Quintanilla did well to get the challenge in. Carmona now trying to get into the area. He fouls Menendez, though. It's good defending by the left back for Córdoba, making sure that Carmona couldn't put the ball back into the danger area. Just got goal side and then invited the challenge. He just slowed down a fraction so that Carmona ran into him and barreled him over. Now Carrillo giving chase. Is this one going to be kept in? It is. The ball stopped on the bounce and Geraldez hooks it clear. Touré turns and finds De Las Cuevas. He also turns and now works his way out to the left. There's Romero again. Looking for a pass. Finds Menendez. Touré goes square. Martin goes down. Play goes on. And Mendes brings it away. Doesn't really have many options, but he doesn't need them. He's continued the run. It's good play by Nacho Mendes. That's going to be offside, isn't it? The flag didn't go up, so it needed that intervention. Isaac Coffier keeps it moving for Sporting. Molinero now. That's a good pass down the channel for Djurdjevic. And here's the free kick appeal at one end. Mendes making the challenge on Martin. There was a hand on the back, but quite a soft hand. And play at the other end now with the throw in from Molinero. Aitor turning, just didn't have the space that he wanted as he allowed the ball to run and turned onto it. Jose Alberto Lopez must be thinking about his first change now, the sporting coach. It's up to Djurdjevic. He's really having to work hard today. It's a physical battle for a Serbian striker. On the left there is Pio Vaccari, the substitute striker. Federico Pio Vaccari, veteran Italian frontman. He may well be the man that Córdoba turn to if they want a goal, if they want to give more support in the middle to Carrillo or replace him. It'll be interesting to see the risks that these two coaches are prepared to take in pursuit of victory, because, as I said a few minutes ago, a draw doesn't really do much for either of them. Is Touré making a good run? He's got Martin just ahead of him. Sends in the cross himself. Perez with the first header, and then Geraldez calmly back to his goalkeeper. Marinho kicks clear. And Flanio kicks it back. Out for the goal kick. Free kick goes the way of Sporting. Alegria, the man who was pushed by Luis Munoz, according to the referee. So set piece, which Carmona will take charge of, as he generally does. His corner led to the equalising goal. His floated ball in here, headed down, and it's Alegria who's flagged offside. Is he yet? The flag went up a little bit late, but it did go up. Offside is the call. The initial flicked header was on by Perez. And we'll see there, yeah, clearly he was offside. Poor ball out by Menendez, but it's wasted by Carmona. With Munoz. Now Quintanilla. Fernandez inside. Munoz can spray it out to the left-hand side, looking for the pacey Romero. Geraldez gets there first, concedes the throw. Looks like Menendez is going to send in a long one. Carrillo at the near post. On the edge of the 6-yard box will be the target. Here he is. Flicked on. Helped back to De Las Cuevas. And now Fernandez. 4 in the middle. Cross is headed away by Mendes. And Touré trying to retrieve it. Has only given it away. And they've got 3 on 2 here for Sporting. It's being carried by Mendes. And now Alegria across goal looking for Djurdjevic. And it's cleared though. Now it comes back into the far post. Great save by Abad. I think that was Djurdjevic with the header. But it was Uros Djurdjevic. What an opportunity after a lovely cross. And now the run being made by Martin, who's surely going to be flagged offside, and he is. Not really had a sight of goal, Andres Martin, except the early chance, very early chance. Oh, it was very tight, that offside call. One of those that looked miles off by the time he got it. Have a look at this cross though by Alegria. That wasn't offside. Djurdjevic unmarked to the far post, where you know from his reaction he felt he should have scored. Carlos Abad, denying him for the second time. If you remember, in the first half, there was a low shot that Abad got down to save. That was his other save. 2 saves in the game, both of them from Djurdjevic. Keeping it on level terms as we move towards the hour mark. Substitutes for Sporting, waiting for the call, among them Evie there. A forward who's on loan from Levante, he may be one that's called upon. Free kick against De Las Cuevas. Molinero, the left back for Sporting, going down. Grabbed hold of the arm, didn't he, De Las Cuevas? Long ball up towards Alegria. Bounces down for Aitor, who's thinking about the shot. He doesn't just think about it, he tries it, and it flies well over the top. We're pretty evenly balanced this game at the moment as we move into the final half hour. Both teams will have reason to believe they think they can go on and win it from here. Both have had threatening moments in the second half. Sporting just look to have a little more cutting edge though. The handball given against Nacho Mendes, and it's quickly taken. They've got men forward here. Martin spreads it wide for Fernandez, 3 in the middle. The cross though is blocked by the first man, which was Pay Burns, the goal scorer for Sporting. Fernandez looking for an option from the throw. Eventually finds Martin, back to him. Hangs up a high cross, should be the goalkeeper's. Is taken easily by Marinho. Looking for a quick release. Rolls it out to Koffier. Oh, the pass from him was just a little wayward. Alegria couldn't quite get onto it. If that had been a straighter ball to him, he had runners coming to support him. Now Carrillo chesting down. Here's Martin. Free kick. Teenager was impeded by Pay Bernd. Maybe it was for that initial challenge or for that one from Aitor, could have been either. Munoz takes it short and then gets it back from Fernandez. He steps inside now, floats the ball through, but well, rather hopeful from Luis Munoz. And the quick release again. I think they are trying to catch Córdoba out at the back. Sporting these quick counter-attacks, long balls, quick transition, test the pace of the visiting back line. Try and get Djurdjevic and Alegria running into some space. Molinero making the foul after Blati Touré came in. He's had a very good game, snapping into that challenge and then being fouled. Long up towards Romero, who uses his body to hold off the defender. Now he's going to send in the cross, blocked by Carmona. Now controlled by Carmona, he hooks it forward and Alegria will give chase. Quintanilla heads it down, Touré keeps it in. Quintanilla hooks it away. Handball, was that going to be? Well, it is. He could have allowed play to go on, the referee, because Córdoba came away with it. They get the play moving quickly again. Munoz. Run being made by Carrillo, but instead he goes square to Fernandez. That's going to be a Sporting ball. Approaching the 20-minute mark of the second half. A game that's just bubbling along at the moment. Sporting starting to get the upper hand, you feel. There's going to be a free kick and a yellow card here. Is that Nacho Mendes who's going in the book? Young midfielder. Just 20 years of age. He's been a regular this season for Sporting. A local boy, joined the club as a 12-year-old. Becoming very much a regular this season in the centre of midfield, and he becomes a second yellow card for Sporting, with Alex Perez, the central defender, also in the book. There's Carrillo holding off Perez. A lot of work to do for the centre forward as Carmona comes over to help out as well, and he does well to win the throw-in the end. The home team striker. And we've seen Menendez likes to throw these in. This one goes shorter though. De las Cuevas retains possession. Not a bad cross. Marinho can't gather. He's cleared by Aitor. Now here we see the first substitution being prepared by Sporting. Christian Salvador will be the entrant. Normally plays in midfield. Here's Munoz looking for a pass, finds one to Fernandez, nicely on first time. Martin now loves to cut inside onto his left foot, goes the other way to Fernandez, crosses deep. Oh, important header there from Geraldez, because Romero was steaming in on that one, and the counter-attack is launched now as well. Carmona, poor pass, cut out comfortably by Miguel Flanio. Nearing the midway point of the second half, still one apiece in a game that in the next 20 minutes or so both teams would love a winning goal. A draw, as I've been saying, won't really be enough for them. There are some games that you look at beforehand and you say, okay, yeah, we take a draw today, but this isn't one of them. This is really a game where only a victory would be a satisfactory outcome for either team, considering the circumstances. So it's actually going to be a double change for Sporting, with Evie coming on for Aitor on the left wing. And the other change is Nacho Mendes, who was just booked, replaced by Christian Salvador. And they're working out who's going to be the substitution as well for Córdoba now. It's Álvaro Aguado who comes on, and in the end the decision is Miguel de las Cuevas. So 3 changes, 2 for Sporting as Mendez and Garcia go off. Salvador and Evie come on. And for Córdoba, their second change, having made one at half-time, Álvaro Aguado comes on for De las Cuevas. Aguado, 22-year-old, who's only making his 4th appearance today. He's on loan at the club from Valladolid. The long kick. Carrillo going down, felt he was fouled. Play going on with his team in possession, and then another man goes down. And Evie, who's just come into the game, is going to be penalised for that. Andrés Martin, the man down. This was how it happened. Catch him somewhere in the midriff of the earlier challenge by Peyberens in the air. He did jump on the back of Carrillo a little. Martin is back on his feet as the free kick is prepared by Fernandez. It's going deep towards the far post. Headed down and straight out. Luis Munoz there. Seemed to land awkwardly. Maybe caught on the foot by the defender Geraldes inadvertently. Another man down. It's Munoz again. Second time in a few seconds. First it was his foot, now it's his face. Going up to challenge in the air with Christian Salvador. Rafa Navarro, the Córdoba coach, looking for his first win in charge. It's only his third game today. Oh, nice play in midfield by Munoz, and now Touré helps it on to Menendez and Jaime Romero. Here's Aguado, the substitute. Oh, what a good try that is. Curling just wide of the near post. I think the goalkeeper, Marinho, was expecting him to go for the other corner. Normally that's what you would expect. A right-footed player from that position looking to bend it inside the far corner. He went near post instead. And rustled the side netting before it hit the backboard and came back. That's a bright first contribution though from Aguado. His first since coming into the game, and then he heads on now for Carrillo, and he helps it on for Martin, who's got plenty of pace to try and get away from Molinero. Still Martin, cuts back the cross, and it's turned goalwards by Aguado. Fortunately for Sporting, straight at Diego Marinho. So Aguado with two efforts in the space of a minute. I think that one came off his shin a little bit. Will go down as a shot on target. Well, he's provided a spark for Córdoba. And they build on that now as Carrillo tries to hook it forward. It goes to Peyberens. It's Touré doing well again to pick up the loose ball and drive forward, and still he continues his run. Good recovery tackle from Salvador. Now Carmona slides it down the line, and Alegria's away. He's got Jurjevic in the middle. What a great intervention that was by Quintanilla. No wonder he gets the thanks from his goalkeeper, Carlos Abad. Alex Quintanilla, look at this. Defending doesn't often get the praise it deserves, but that was a vital intervention, because Jurjevic was running onto it to slot it home. Would have been a pretty easy finish. It should have been anyway. Needed that touch, and he did so well to not score an own goal as well. It would have been easy from that position. Corner was conceded. Carmona plays it in. Well taken by Abad. A long kick now. Flicked back by Geraldes to his goalkeeper, Diego Marinho. Now, that last attack was the kind of play that Sporting have been trying to build regularly throughout this game. sliding balls into the channels for the forwards to run onto. There's another one of them. Djordjevic gets it back to Evie, his first chance to do something since coming on. Clips the ball in, which is easily cleared. Koffié wins it back. Squares the pass. Long shot coming in and watched wide by Carlos Abad. I think he pulled his arms out knowing it was going wide. Carmona with the effort. Not plenty of power. Well, here's Pio Vakari. I mentioned earlier they might look to bring him on if they need a goal. And that's what they're doing. It's an aggressive attacking move because Blati Touré is a central midfielder, as we've seen today. Federico Pio Vakari is very much a centre forward, a goal-hungry centre forward. You see again the chance from Carmona that Abad had the good judgment to pull his arms out of the way, knowing it was going wide. So a man down in midfield now are Córdoba, changing to a 4-4-2 from a 4-5-1. The long ball comes up, Djordjevic offside. Another tight call. He's come close a few times today, a couple of efforts on goal that were saved, and also that very good defensive clearance by Alex Quintanilla a couple of minutes ago that prevented him from having a tap-in. Here's Romero with the back heel. Menendez with the deep cross. It's too deep. Above the head of Carrillo, gathered by Mourinho, and again that quick release into the channels. That's what they're looking for, Sporting. Didn't get the connection he wanted, Mourinho. Munoz was pulled back, so free kick. The short pass though by Aguado. Carmona picks it up and finds Koffié. Little flick from him to Salvador. Now Carmona. Support from Evie here, gives it back to Carmona. Salvador back into defence, Peyberns. Koffié can control and turn. Bit of space here for Carmona, who's brought down, free kick. Into the final 15 minutes now. Are we going to have a late winner here? Or are both teams going to have to settle for a draw that really won't do too much for them? Carmona will have the set-piece opportunity. Pio Vakari getting back to help out defensively. As a one-man wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Sporting players in the box. It's floated in, headed down, out to the edge, where Evie picks it up, works it onto his right foot. Tried to get the shot away, but the defending was good, and in the end the ricochet came off the substitute and out for the goal kick. We see again the kind of quick counter that Sporting are trying to build. Running into the channels and the long balls to use the mobility of both Djordjevic and Alegria. There's a good turn into some space by Munoz. Tries the rather fancy flicked pass. It's cleared away, but only as far as Menendez, who finds Romero. Tries to work it back to Aguado. Challenge, puts it out for a throw. Now Munoz, Menendez, Aguado. He can attack the penalty areas, we've already seen. He's winding up the shot, takes a deflection. Headed away, Carmona now. Alegria. He was pulled back cynically. That's going to be a yellow card. Yeah, nod of the head from Miguel Flanio. Okay, yeah, fair enough. You got me. He was all over the shirt of Alex Alegria. Look at this here. Nearly had it off him. And the kick as well, just for good measure. Alegria didn't appreciate. So a final change for Sporting. It's going to be a midfielder, Pablo Perez, replacing Djurdjevic. So whether he'll play in midfield or whether he'll go up alongside Alegria. Here comes the long ball, chested down by Alegria. Evie now being fouled from behind. See, Perez at the moment is in an advanced position. Wonder if he'll go up front alongside Alegria or give the numerical advantage in the middle to Sporting now. Remember, Córdoba have lost a man in midfield. We're putting Pio Vaccari on up front. So Sporting boss Jose Alberto Lopez could be thinking, we want to dominate that central area now for the last few minutes. Molinero sends in the free kick. Headed on, and again, and it's hooked in! Oh, what happened to the defending there? Carmona doesn't care. He's taken advantage by volleying it home. A real mix-up defensively. A lot of love from Carmona. He has given Sporting the lead inside the final 10 minutes. And Córdoba now will have to hold the inquest. What happened there? There were two headers flicked on from the free kick. The first from Perez, then Alegria, and then everyone just watched it, apart from Carmona, who reacted. Look at the frustration on the bench. What were we doing, they're saying? Well, nothing is the answer. Everyone was just standing around. That is why Córdoba have the worst defensive record in the division. So here's the ball in, flicked on first time, then flicked on again, and everyone just leaves it to each other. Three defenders within a couple of yards of the ball, and they all just watch it. So Carmona says, okay, I'll score then. There's a second flick on from Alegria. Well, maybe it was Flanio who was most at fault there, the number 3, not taking decisive action. Fury for the goalkeeper, Carlos Abad. The men in front of him didn't exactly help him out there. And Sporting have come from behind to take the lead. Carmona involved in the first goal. His corner was only half cleared and Pei Behrens converted, and now he's got the second himself. You can bet that Rafa Navarro is fuming with the way that goal was conceded. Carrillo saying there was an elbow from Salvador. Let's see. Well, there were two of them actually. Perez as well challenging him. Don't think there was anything malicious in there. And more to the point, they've got to fight back now, Córdoba. Relegation is starting to look a little inevitable. If they can turn that momentum around here, maybe. As the cross comes in, oh, is that a handball? There's certainly appeals. Now Martin with the speculative long-range shot. Now look at the Córdoba players surrounding the referee, asking for a handball from that long free kick into the area. Carrillo has earned a yellow card for his complaints. I'm sure we're going to see a replay. It was just a free kick from deep, played in, and it seemed to maybe catch them unawares. Where did that hit? Oh, it was maybe the upper chest area, shoulder area. André Geraldez was the defender, and certainly it was risky. He didn't know too much about it. Oh, Abad with the clearance. It wasn't particularly good, but it fell kindly. Now Carrillo helps it on well. Here's Aguado. Sends it through. Pio Vaccari lets it run. Martin, he's got Pio Vaccari in the middle. The cross is played in, but well thumped away by Pei Behrens, and the break's on now. could well be space on the counter for Sporting in these next few minutes. Here's Ivy. Oh, that was rather wasteful in the end. Aguado taking it off him. Piovacari with the flick. And back and forth it goes. Fernandez in the end forward and away by Perez. Munoz has stayed down and he's going to get some treatment now, which is fortunate timing for Córdoba because some loose control had given possession to Sporting in a dangerous position, which is probably what Jose Alberto Lopez is asking about now. This was how he got hurt, didn't see anything particular in that. And here's the goal again. No, it's the handball appeal against Geraldez. Let's see. Well, I think it hit him on the chest from that replay. Certainly there was no clear handball in there. Would have been tough to give a penalty in that position. And the referee, Ruben Avalos, didn't, so remains 2-1 for Sporting. 5 minutes to play now of normal time. Throwing down the line. Helped inside for Alegria. That's going to be a free kick. Coffier with the challenge. Paybairn's whacking the ball away. I think Carrillo asking why isn't that a yellow card for time wasting when he's kicked the ball away. That was the free kick. Maybe the referee has stopped the watch. Concerned faces around the stadium as Córdoba try to get back on level terms. Ball in towards Carrillo. It's hooked away by Paybairns. Further out by Carmona. Back in from Menendez. Falls down to the edge of the penalty area. Martin helps it on. Unable to find Quintanilla. Oh, and Evie fouled from behind by Fernandez, which will suit Sporting very well because it will allow them to take 20 or 30 seconds off the clock in the final 3 minutes of normal time. And there's a sense of resignation around the Estadio del Arcángel. These Córdoba fans wondering if their team can pull off a miraculous escape from relegation 2 years in a row. Would have to be something approaching another miracle after last year's. 10 wins in 15 games at the end of last season. They'll need something similar this time around. Andrés Martín fouled by Molinero. So they have the free kick. Forward for Piovacari, who uses his body, turns, Piovacari! Oh, saved by Marinho. Carrillo was calling for a square ball, but Piovacari, a veteran striker in that kind of position, when he has a chance to shoot, he's going to shoot. He did really well to muscle off Perez. The frustration from Carrillo, but from there, you got to fire it goalwards. Here's Alegria winning the challenge. Carmona back to Alegria. Back onto the captain, who is fouling. Quintanilla and Carmona going chest to chest. The frustration from Alex Quintanilla, and he's got himself booked for that. Maybe for the push on Carmona as they squared up to each other. Me, you're saying? Last minute then of normal time. Carlos Abad sends it forward. Away it comes and controlled by Alegria. His scoring run isn't continuing by the looks of it, although there might be another chance on the break here as Perez gets forward. Might be time to take it into the corner flag for him. Trying to waste a few seconds away and win a set piece, but he was unable to do that, as now Pierre Vakari gets outnumbered. 3 minutes to be added then for Córdoba to try and find something from this game. If they don't, Sporting are going to climb a place above Las Palmas for now. Las Palmas play later against Mallorca. More importantly, they'll climb 3 points closer to the playoffs. A free kick has gone the way of the visiting team against Andrés Martín. Those Sporting fans will very soon be celebrating 3 points unless there's a big change in the next couple of minutes. They've had their chances to take more from this game, Córdoba. They started well, took the lead, and they couldn't defend a set piece before half-time, and then well, they very much contributed to their downfall with the winner, if it proves to be that awful defending that allowed Carmona to steal in. Flicked on by Perez. Alegria is offside. He was just offside, that right leg. There's another collision, 2 players down. That Pio Vakari is one of them. And Christian Salvador for Sporting. Oh yeah, that's nasty head-to-head collision. Nobody at fault at all, but that's painful. Pio Vakari is a very solid man. He's got a solid head as well by the look of it, because he's back up on his feet with no worse for wear. But the Córdoba fans starting to drift out, and their season is starting to drift away as well. They've really struggled all year. Throughout the season they've looked like relegation candidates. Only picked up 2 points from their first 5 games, had to wait until October for their first victory in the league. And it's been a really, really tough time for them throughout. Now, the last chance maybe though. Romero helps it back. Oh, it's going to come to Pio Vakari, brings it down, held back, and it's deflected wide. The shot was from Munoz. More defending for Sporting to do. 3 points mean an awful lot to them in their quest for promotion. That was a good block by Evie, the substitute. The corner comes in, headed away by Evie, not very far. Down it comes. Where's it going to bounce? Kindly for Sporting, and they're able to get it away, and there is the final whistle. That was the last chance for Córdoba, who have surrendered an advantage here as Sporting come roaring back to take the points. Great frustration for the home side, whose task in climbing away from the relegation zone is getting greater week by week. 4 defeats in 5 games now for Córdoba, whose fate still is a long way from being sealed, but they need to start turning it around very, very soon. That's for Sporting. They can look upwards, 6 points adrift now of the playoff places only, so every chance that they can still get themselves involved in the promotion race, and more importantly, imminently, a local derby next week to look forward to with a victory under their belts. 3 straight victories, in fact, for the team from Gijón. This one coming 2-1. They went behind in the first half, but they fought back, and the winner coming from Carlos Carmona, the captain, getting the job done. Well, thank you for joining us at the Estadio del Arcángel, where it is finished. Córdoba 1, Sporting 2.
Un poquillo de más goma, vamos ahora. Vale, vale.